If Ziyech was in Morocco's team, are we sure they still beat Egypt? See, this Ziyech thing, it's tricky. It's tricky because we have to look at it from all different angles, because unless we look at it from all different angles, it's wouldn't be fair to just sort of judge things on the surface. So let's first look at Exhibit A. So this is Ziyech. He's announced his retirement from international football. Said that obviously with issues with him and the manager and so forth, which is big news because of course Morocco play DR Congo next month for the Africa section of the World Cup players. And of course, Morocco, who is seen as one of the favorites, and AFCON were unable to beat Egypt in, I believe, in their quarterfinal game. So let's look at what he says. This is from Ziyech. So he says, I will no longer return to the national team. This is my final decision. So Anthony Bakdothe can change his viewpoint. Not including me in the squad was a decision Halilhodžić, who was the Moroccan manager, took, and you have to respect it. But when lying, and we're going to focus on that, but when lying becomes part of it, for me, it's clear now. I won't return to the national team. So I think for him, is like he says, okay, I respect not being picked. Not being picked is fine. But the last straw for him was like, when people are lying on me and lying on my name, that's when I take issue. So I think it's good for us to do a little bit of research here. Because my only thing is, okay, why? Why is this happening? What is the reason? So let's do a little bit of reading, man. Let's do a little bit of reading. Don't worry, I'll guide you through. So, after being left out of the squad for an international break in September, sorry for you guys, yeah. After being left out of the break in September, Halilhodžić said his behavior in the last two matches, especially the last one, was not that of a national team player who, as a leader in the team, has to be a positive role model. Okay, he's taking shots. He arrived late. After that, he even refused to walk. There was no point in discussing it afterwards. As a coach, the answer is right there to see. For me, the national team is above everything. Nobody can hold it hostage. So more. The players I have selected are the best in the country, he said. Again, Halilhodžić. I don't select a player who can unbalance the group. Not even if his name is Lionel Messi. Ziyech's behavior does not fit the selection. He doesn't want to. Now, this may be what Ziyech is referring to. He doesn't want to train, doesn't want to play, he doesn't take it seriously. I'm not going to beg him to come back. After the AFCON tournament 3 years ago, he was the most criticized. He was booed. You mustn't forget that. So there are a lot of accusations leveled here. A lot of accusations leveled here, man. And you know what I always say in life? There are thousands. There are 1,000 lies, but there's only one truth. There are not two truths. There's only one truth. And I think the key thing is, what is the truth? Because these are serious accusations Halilhodžić is making towards Ziyech. Because I think, which is why I circled a key point that Halilhodžić, that's Ziyech said, was when lying becomes part of it. So he is really in relation to, like, he believes that. So he must, if you are saying a guy is refusing to walk, is refusing to train, is not a positive role model, those are serious accusations, because now that's character assassination. So I don't know how to verify this or so forth, because the only way you can verify this is training is a group thing. So if you were to ask the other Moroccan players and so forth, would they say, yeah, man, this Ziyech guy, man, the way he's going it will not roll? Or was there a breakdown in relationship between him and Halilhodžić? Something was said, something happened, and then Ziyech acted negatively towards the manager and the coach. So we don't know these things, man, because that's why I say it's tricky here. Because the Lionel Messi point that he makes is interesting, because it's like, I'd rather have, if I'm a manager, I'd rather have 11 players who are fully committed to me and my vision, rather than have three superstar players who mess up the dynamics of the group, don't respect me, don't want to listen to me, and mess up the synergy and the harmony of the group. Because for me, football is not just about how good the team is. That's an element. But what is just as important is the harmony and the unity of the group. That's very, very, very key. Ziyech, along with Hakimi, are Morocco's best players. Those are Morocco's best players, Ziyech and Hakimi. They are totally superb, fantastic players. Um, and also their keeper. I think their keeper is Bono as well. I think that's their keeper, who's also very good as well. Very good. But I think really their clear best players are Hakimi and Ziyech. And people will say to themselves that, because I know some people like, I don't know whether it was the last AFCON or the AFCON. I think it might have been the last AFCON. I was impressed with Ziyech. I was like, bro, because this is when he was still at Ajax. I was like, bro, this is not the guy that I saw at Ajax saying what's up. Like this guy, he doesn't come across as the same dude. So for me, he wasn't even impressive. So yes, you can say that Morocco could have done with Ziyech, and maybe Ziyech could have been a difference maker in that game against Egypt. But we can't assume that all because talent-wise, he's Morocco's best player, he will be able to fit into this team and be effective on that pitch. And it's a huge game because see, now that Morocco were huge favorites and so forth, and a lot of people who wanted Ziyech to be in the team will say, bro, what if Ziyech was playing? We could have beaten a very defensive Egyptian side. You know, like if Morocco had, let's say, gotten to the final or that wanted to be like, oh man, the manager, you're the hero. It's the same thing that happened with Didier Deschamps. Like if France hadn't won that World Cup, they say, oh my gosh, if Benzema was there, blah 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 blah, which is what they did with Deschamps in the 2016 Euro final. That they're like, oh, if Benzema was playing instead of freaking Gignac, France would have won those Euros. So because again, that's a very tricky game against DR Congo. Those are going to be two very tricky games against DR Congo. And if Morocco don't go through, they will say, yo, why didn't you take Ziyech? But I think that I don't know what the truth is. I don't know what the truth is. I can't say that, oh my Ziyech, you're such a bad role model. Why should he pick you if you're refusing to train, you're refusing to work out and so forth? I can't say that because I wasn't there. I don't know who Halle Hozic is. I wasn't there, so I can't just assume that he's telling the truth, and I can't assume that he's lying. So we don't know what to believe. But I think that as long as his manager, it doesn't. I think it doesn't make sense for Ziyech to get back there because obviously what you're seeing there with what he's saying, that is an extremity that I don't think can be patched up. So you're in a situation now where you now have to now try and find a way to beat DR Congo without the services of Ziyech. And I don't know and I don't know it will hurt for Ziyech because I saw the interview and he said, of course, here I want to play for my country. Why wouldn't I want to play for my country? But as much as you'd want to love to play for your country, if you totally can't get along with the manager, what are you supposed to do? Like literally, what are you supposed to do? You know, so I mean, I'll end it with this though. I'll end it with this. If Ziyech was in Morocco's team, are we sure they still beat Egypt? I'm not sure. I know he's a quality player, but if he was not Morocco team, are you sure that he beat Egypt? I'm not sure. If he's in the team against DR Congo, would he be the difference maker? I'm not sure. Remember to head to the official website, halfoffootballhot.com, for all the latest in those rankings and those bricks. Join the official Discord server to take the conversation further. And remember, every single day I'll be doing a player of the day for your visual enjoyment. And if you want to contact me, feel free to send me an email. I'll do my best to respond. Peace.